Welcome to today's session. My name is Emma and I am your economics professor. Today's video will be the first in a series of videos that will address the field of economics. It will be an introduction to the basic concepts. However, as we go further into the series, we will cover more advanced concepts and more complex topics within this very important subject matter. So let's go into it. As I just said, in this video I am going to introduce you to the field of economics and give a quick overview of this science. You should pay close attention because we will be talking about notions that affect your life on a daily basis, both on the most personal level or the largest of scales, affecting entire governments or blocks of nations, and in turn affecting the lives of regular people like you and me. Economics has a direct impact on our day-to-day, whether we like it or not. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive in. So what is economics? Well, economics is a social science that studies how individuals, businesses, governments, and societies allocate their scarce resources to satisfy their unlimited wants and needs. To start with, let's analyze the sentence I just said. There are scarce resources, but on the other hand, there are unlimited wants and needs. The question or dilemma is how to best allocate those limited resources to best meet those needs. They can be the needs of a household, needs of a country's entire population, or needs of the entire planet. Let's take a normal household as an example. A household must decide whether to allocate a portion of its budget to necessities such as food, housing, and utilities, or to allocate funds for entertainment, luxury items, or savings. The economic question for this household is primarily a question of resource allocation and maximization. Obviously, it requires making trade-offs. If a household decides to spend an important portion of its monthly income on a luxury car lease contract, it would have less of it to spend on basic items such as food, clothing, or shoes. To further illustrate the concept of the economic trade-off, let's analyze the following. Common sense tells us that a typical household would want to have both the luxury car and have delicious sushi for dinner at the local Japanese restaurant. However, the reality is that most households would have to pick between the two items. Remember the word trade-off because we will be mentioning it quite often during this series of videos. To address this main economic question, in other words, to resolve the trade-off dilemma and resource allocation problem, the science of economics encompasses a wide range of topics and explores the decision-making processes involved in the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. This is necessary especially when dealing with more complex entities such as businesses or governments. Furthermore, in order to profoundly analyze and understand the various aspects of economic behavior, the field of economics was divided into two branches. Microeconomics focuses on individual agents like households and firms, while macroeconomics examines the aggregate behavior of the entire economy, addressing issues such as inflation, unemployment, and economic growth. Microeconomics is a branch of economics that deals with the behavior of individual agents, such as households, firms, and markets. It explores the interactions between these entities in making decisions about resource allocation, production, and consumption. Let's take a look at some key concepts. Microeconomists study the laws of supply and demand, market structures, consumer behavior, consumer psychology, and production costs. Microeconomists analyze how individual choices and decisions impact prices, wages, and resource allocation within specific markets. Resolving a concrete issue such as how many pairs of shoes a shoemaker needs to produce to satisfy its demand and the price tag he should put on them is a typical situation in which microeconomics come into play. Macroeconomics focuses on the overall performance and behavior of the entire economy. It examines aggregated indicators such as gross domestic product, GDP, unemployment rates, inflation, and government policies to understand and analyze the economy on a large scale. Macroeconomists study the factors influencing economic growth, employment, inflation, and overall economic stability. They also analyze the impact of fiscal and monetary policies, government spending, and international trade on the national economy. In most cases, macroeconomics has a close relationship of how governments and central banks need to maintain and modify key aggregate economic factors in order to stabilize economic indicators, grow income for its population, and avoid economic crises, economic recessions, or depressions. In summary, macroeconomics provides a broad view of the overall economy, focusing on large-scale indicators in government policies, while microeconomics zooms in on the behavior of individual economic agents and how their interactions shape the functioning of specific markets. Both branches are essential for a comprehensive understanding of economic systems and help policymakers, businesses, and individuals make informed decisions in the face of complex economic challenges. In our next video, we will explore in more details the basic economic questions, and we will give some real-life example of how they affect individual and society's decision-making. Until then, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button to support our content creation. Until the next video, bye!